Hey you guys, welcome back to the Patreon. I have not seen you guys in a while because I've just been dealing with a lot of things. I don't know why this quarantine makes me less productive, but I think it's because everyone else is like really at home, like working from home, so I feel like I can work from home and lollygag. Not saying people are lollygagging, but that's what I've been doing, so it's just a lot mentally to take in. So that's why I've not been as like on it. I was good with giving you guys podcasts every week. A podcast is going to go up Tuesday though. Yes, a podcast will go up Tuesday. I'm actually in Charlotte, North Carolina, my hometown. So I'm actually not even home to do a podcast. All my podcast stuff is at home. But that doesn't really matter. You guys, these people are lined up outside of the liquor store. Like, hey, get it how you live it. And if in this pandemic you want to get drunk. But like, I'm assuming they're only letting a few people in at one time, so like the line to get in is a little, anyways, at least they have order, right? Anyways, I am calling. I'm here to talk about. I'm calling you guys because I would like to talk about Kenya Barris' new show. Hold up. I'm here to discuss Kenya Barris' new show, which is Black AF. Now, Kenya Barris, also known as Kenya Barris, I have done several videos on his work. If there is one person's work that I despise, it is Kenya Barris. I'm ashamed that we share a last name, but I think I need to just start accepting that I'm also trash, and just all the Kenyas on this earth are kind of trash. We got Kenya Moore, Kenya Barris, and me. I need to just accept that maybe the Kenyas of the world are just kind of trash, and like I belong in that category. But Kenya Barris is trash. I don't know Kenya Barris personally. I've never met Kenya Barris personally, and I've never heard of Kenya Barris personally doing anything mean to each other. So I can only base my opinion of Kenya Barris off of his work, and his work is tone deaf and lazy. When people say this television show comes from the creative mind of Kenya Barris, I don't think the mind of Kenya Barris is all that creative. I think the mind of Kenya Barris is kind of stale, kind of plain, and kind of bland. Therefore, when you say the creative mind of Kenya Barris, I need you to explain to me what that actually means, because he has been making the same show several times with the same excuse as to why it's the same show several times. Blackish, mixedish, grownish, and now this Black AF show are all pretty much the same. And we can go back even deeper into Kenya Barris's catalog of television shows to really see that they all seem to follow the same tired formula. What makes this formula so very tired is the dark-skinned man or the brown-skinned man. So my complexion may be a little lighter, maybe a little darker, and the light-skinned woman. That's on every show. It's on every single show. The dark-skinned man, the brown-skinned man is going to be with the light-skinned woman. It's on every single show. It's on every single show. And if it's not on that show, the show is rooted in that dichotomy. It's rooted in that relationship. It happens every single time. He's not telling a new story. Here's my thing. If we're going to have light-skinned stories, why not make the light-skinned stories good, right? Do I believe we need to continue making stories about light-skinned women? Maybe. But do I believe that we need to keep telling the same stale story? Like, I can argue about representation and also say when a show is good. Let's look at Euphoria. Euphoria has a representation problem, but from what people are telling me, the show is good. I personally will not be entertaining it because I like to see shows with women who look like me. I don't need to internalize any more colorism than what's been done to me for the past 23 years. So I am not going to watch a show that doesn't have black women on it. But people say the show is good, so we can have the conversation of you having a good show and it's still being rooted in colorism and color bias. Kenya Barris isn't making good shows. Kenya Barris is making these paper thin, these underdeveloped, these everything's under. I'm underwhelmed. They're not good. He is making poor show after poor show after poor show. And it's like, why are we continuing to fund this? And my problem is, this is the big problem I have with a lot of media these days. These creatives, so Shonda Rhimes, Kenya Barris, and all these creators, for some reason, the people who are putting money into these shows believe that we as black people upheld these people. Like, we want this stuff. And it's like, it's because we don't have any other option. Like, you've never given us an option B, so therefore we have no choice but to watch the option A if we want to see people who kind of look like us on TV. But it's like, why not give us several options and you can see how much we don't like the work of Kenya Barris? You get what I'm saying? Okay, so here's the problem with Black AF. Black AF is the new show. Kenya Barris told us he made Blackish, I guess, because it's about his real life. Do I believe that's the truth? No. I think he made Blackish because this is the creative mind of Kenya Barris, and he thought this was cute. So having a black guy with a mixed race woman and like it's Blackish, like, come on. That's why you made that show. But that was based off of your real life. So I let you cook. I didn't let you cook. But I've never made a video bashing Blackish, because if Blackish is the only thing you create, fair enough. Then you make Grownish, which is a spin-off, and it still has the same colorism problem. Where are the dark-skinned girls? Okay, fair enough. Not fair enough, drag you there, but let's move on. Then you made Mixedish, which once again is about a mixed girl growing up with a black mom and a white dad. Once again, in some way erasing, just fully black people, erasing the existence of just dark-skinned black people, because Tika Sumpter is playing the mom on Mixedish, but she's married to a white guy. They have mixed children. So once again, this idea that dark-skinned women are not really existing, like we're trying to put an end to the dark-skinned race. We're trying to put an end to dark-skinned people. Still problematic. And then the dark-skinned people you do have on the show are jokes. They're one big, long, sloppy joke. So anyways, Black AF comes. Kenya Barris could have hired anyone to play his wife on this television show. Anyone. He could have hired any light-skinned woman he wanted to. He could have. But he made a choice. And he made that choice to be Rashida Jones. Rashida Jones is the daughter of Quincy Jones. Now, Quincy Jones got hella children. I think Rashida is the one of the ones he claims. Now, it just so happens, by genetics, Rashida Jones is white passing. I kind of think people throw the word ambiguous and white passing around. Mariah Carey, I believe, is white passing. Rashida Jones is white passing. Who's someone you guys say is white passing? Maya Rudolph is white passing. And then there's some people who are just light skinned, like really light skinned, who aren't white passing. They look ethnic. Maya Rudolph, Mariah Carey, and Rashida Jones, who we're talking about, could all be white women in another day and age. If they were just women walking down the street, you would assume them to be white women. So anyways, for example, Robin. If you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, Robin is very, very light-skinned, but I don't think Robin is white passing. I think Robin just looks like a very, very light-skinned black woman, or a very, very light-skinned biracial person. That's someone who people might want to put in the white passing category, who I don't actually believe is white passing. Yes, her skin is but just the way they're made up doesn't look, they look ethnic. They look ethnic. Something about them looks ethnic, even though their skin is so light. So if you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, or just go on Google and Google Robin, and to my opinion, is not white passing. She is just a very light-skinned, someone who looks very light-skinned. Mariah Carey, Maya Rudolph, and Rashida Jones are white passing, and they know this. They have played up the idea that they are white passing. Now, I have no problem with people who are mixed with white and black playing white people. I actually find it quite comical because I have a problem with biracial people playing black people. Therefore, I find it very comical when your own hypocrisy gets thrown at you. So, hey, if you want to get biracial girls to play black girls, why can't they play white girls too? So I actually have no real issue about biracial girls being white girls. It's kind of funny to me. And if we're not going to care about the black girls, I'm not going to care about the white girls either, right? Right. And then, by the way, Rashida Jones looks more white than she does black. So if she's gonna play a white woman, let her play it then. The same way you let Zendaya and Amanda Steinberg and those girls play black girls and all these other biracial girls who y'all put in these roles and be like, we got a black girl on the show. You see the problem? You see the problem how Rashida Jones and Zendaya and Amanda had the same biological makeup in terms of race, but the fact that Rashida Jones is playing a white woman and it's like she can be a white woman, and then Zendaya, Amanda, and all these other girls are playing black girls. How it's not the same than having an actual black girl. It's not the same as having an actual black girl when some of these girls who have the same genetic makeup as them, the same makeup as them, can be white. It's not the same. It's not the same. So I find it funny. So if Rashida Jones wants to play a white girl, since they can play black girls too, why not? Let's be fair across the board. But this is where Rashida Jones has me fucked up. Why is Rashida Jones all of a sudden playing a mixed race woman? Why is she playing a mixed race woman? Do you see how people get to have their cake and eat it too? Kenya Barris could have put anyone in that show as a light-skinned white woman Tracy Ellis Ross has never played a white woman because Tracy Ellis Ross can't play a white woman. Tracy Ellis Ross looks biracial. So she hasn't played a white woman. So I can understand her being in Blackish as a biracial woman. Rashida Jones is a biracial woman who is white. The same way I see some biracial people and I'm like, they black. That she is white. If we can agree that race is a social construct, Rashida Jones is white. She has existed as a white woman for years. She has. Let's take two shows that I've seen Rashida Jones in. The Office and Parks and Rec. Neither of these roles were casted for a black woman. Neither of these roles are a black woman. Neither of these roles are a biracial woman. These roles are either a tan white woman or an ambiguous woman, period. Neither of these roles are casted as a black, and we know this because the way she is interacted with on this show. If Rashida Jones was actually supposed to be biracial in The Office or black in The Office, they would have said something. The Office is the type of show where they would say something. They would say something about what's his name that starts with a J. I'm losing it. They would have said something. Joe and Pam, Josh and Pam, Joe and Pam, Joe. His name is Joe on The Office. Jim and Pam. Why did that escape me? I've seen The Office several times. Jim and Pam. It would have been a joke that Jim is dating a black woman, right? Right. No, that joke was never made because what you did say was she was Italian. And I feel like they put in the show she was Italian to explain if anyone's like, this is Rashida Jones, a black woman. They tried to explain it. Like, Italian is the closest thing you can get to someone looking ethnic who's still white. You get what I'm saying? So that's why they did that. Parks and Rec. There's a reason why she wasn't with my girl on Good Girls and Aziz Ansari. Leslie, her name is Leslie on the show, I believe. The reason why she wasn't with them is because she wasn't black. She wasn't seen as someone who was ethnic the way they were ethnic. So fair enough. Rashida Jones is playing a white woman. I was okay with it. Like, is it problematic? Of course. But to me, it's just as problematic as actually, it's less problematic because white women get representation. So one role gets stolen from them, it's not that big of a deal. But it's problematic, but not more problematic than these biracial girls playing black girls. I don't like that. Just have her be biracial. If you're going to erase us properly. Don't sit here and pretend like you're throwing me crumbs of representation that aren't representation. I can never play a white girl. I can never be a white girl ever. Ever. But these biracial girls, as we can see with Rashida Jones, can. So you're not like me. So anyways, beyond the point. So why is she, how is she able to be casted in a show called Black as Fuck? Rashida Jones has never played her black girl dues. She has never paid her black girl dues. She has never paid her black girl dues, but she gets to be in a show Black as Fuck? Someone who literally was able to not be black for most of her life by choice gets to be Black as Fuck? Really? Really? And that's my problem with Kenya Barris. Where are his morals? Where does Kenya Barris fall in ideologies? What does Kenya Barris bring to the table as far as like, what does he believe in? What does he care about? I don't believe Kenya Barris cares about black people. I think Kenya Barris knows what makes money, what people want to see. I think we want crumbs. We take the crumbs that a Kenya Barris gives us because we have nothing else. There's no other show really on TV like Grownish, but that's a lie. Light-skinned black girls are all over the TV, like giving us bare minimum. So, Dear White People, every show on Netflix. So, it's like, we're supposed to be okay with that? Like, I don't know. It's like people know that what colorism has done to our community, and they play on it. They play on it. They're like, black people don't like dark-skinned people, so guess what? Let's erase dark-skinned people. That'll get people to watch our show. And it's just like, no, I can't. I'm not. Kenya Wilson is not going to sit back and let you erase dark-skinned women but still be black as fuck, because that's what's happening. Black women don't need to be around as long as there's a black man. That is what I've learned from Kenya Barris. As long as there's a dark-skinned black man, a darker black man, black women don't gotta be around. We don't really have to be a prominent part of the black community. Even though I would beg that black women do most of the labor in the black community, that's the truth. I'm not even gonna beg it because I know it's the truth. We do most of the raising, we do most of the educating, we do most of the protecting, quite frankly. And for us to still be removed just shows how little black men care. Kenya Barris continues to make the same show about his family because he doesn't see the necessity of black women being on TV. He doesn't see it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He believes the black race will still go on without you being in the forefront. It doesn't matter. You don't matter to him. You don't matter. He believes that his biracial wife is black. Like, she's black. So what do you mean? He believes his biracial wife is black like me. So I should be so happy that a woman who could be white if she wanted to, could be okay with her proximity to whiteness. I should be just so thankful that she would want to be aligned with black people. Fucking keep it. I don't want it. I don't want the biracial girl. Like, that does not take away from the fact that I understand biracial people go through a lot. And that's why I say we're going to have the girls on give me their story. I know you biracial people go through more than just not fitting in. I know you have more stories than that. It's just like me as a dark-skinned girl. I have more stories than people calling me ugly. I have more stories to tell. So I know you have more stories to tell than your trauma. So why not do that? And another thing, also, can we use biracial people as more than objects? Biracial people, as we see them, are used in two ways. To prove that they got a pretty girl. So when a black guy needs to prove that he has a pretty girl, they get a biracial girl. And number two, can we stop using them as well to prove that a black man got a better job or a black man has money? Those are the two ways that biracial women are used in media. They're used, and third, they're used to erase black women. But In black television shows, they're used to prove, hey, I got money, so guess what? I got me a biracial girl now. Like, can we stop using biracial women as objects and give them personalities that I know they have? Like, can we do that? Like, I just want everyone to figure out that we all get hurt. We all get hurt when this narrative is perpetuated. We all get hurt because black men, we know you do this because you hate yourself. You shit on black women because you don't like yourself. You shit on the women who look like you because you want to get the furthest away from yourself. We know this. You're not hiding. As much as Kenya Barris wants to hide that he hates himself, we see it. We see that now that you got money, you want to remove yourself from blackness, from real blackness. You want to prove that you have made it. And you do it through these shows. You do it through the net. We see it. It's all over you. The self-hate is all over you. We see it. So why not all of us come together and realize we all going out bad. Black women, we being erased. Biracial people, y'all are basically just seen as objects. And black men, the self-hate reeks. So why don't we all come together to figure out we can do better? We can tell better biracial stories. We can tell stories about black women. We can tell stories about black men that actually benefit black men. We can all do this. We can all do this, right? We can show good black families. We can show all the complexity. I don't want to say good black family. We can show the complexity of black family. That is what we can show. Because at the root of it, Blackish could be that. Blackish could show the complexity of black family, but instead it falls into tired tropes. I mean, it's on network television. What do you expect? But if This Is Us can show the complexity of a family the way they have, Blackish, you can do the same. But we can show the complexity of black. Look at Randall and Beth. Beth is also light skinned as hell, but it works because there's more to the story. There is more to the story. Now we can have the conversation that the reason why Randall is with a light-skinned woman is to prove that he has made it in his life. That is still happening, but we also get more. So Kenya Barris is giving me nothing, right? He's giving me absolutely nothing. I'm home. I'm gonna go eat my food. And I will see you guys in my next one. You'll definitely hear me on a podcast on Tuesday. And I might come back with another video sometime in between here. I don't know. Love you guys so much. And bye-bye.